As professionally as I can, I'm going to welcome you to the Movie Media Podcast, Mr. Sean Elliott.
Thank you, Stuart.
YMCA, CEO no less of the YMCA. How you been?
Good, man. How about you?
Very well. So you are the first repeat guest we've had on the podcast, so I'm super excited. Why did you want to come on again?
Really, to see you.
Yeah? That's so nice. That's so nice. So the first thing I want to observe is I think you've lost a little bit of weight.
Hey,
As
thanks.
the CEO of the Y, are you tracking this? Or
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Yeah, I've been exercising.
You're looking good. You're looking healthy.
Thank you. Thank you. Been
so
busy.
What's you been up to?
So a lot. You know, I think we met on day 38 or something like that.
Yeah, you were brand new.
This is day 192, and I feel like I was here yesterday, Stuart.
Yeah.
So
Time
real
flies when
busy.
you're having fun.
Meeting a lot of great people, a lot of great organizations here in Baton Rouge. We jumped into a strategic plan process.
Okay.
First time we've done a strategic plan here in a long time. So got to jump right into that with our staff, with our board. We're about halfway through it, so it's going great.
Yeah, what's included in that process? I mean, are you kind of meetings and what are you hearing?
You know, we contracted with a great local firm, SSA Consulting, and really the first part of that was they went and interviewed probably about 60 or 70 folks, stakeholders in the community.
Okay.
Everybody from members to community leaders to folks like yourself. Then we got together, we looked at the data, boiled it down, and now we're trying to come up with our buckets. So it's real easy to remember right now. We got like the 4 Ps. So we got people, we got place, we got programs, and we got partnerships. So
Awesome.
we're going to do some great work and all that stuff in the next 3 years.
And so what's the process for that to work itself through? Are we looking at a year? Is it next year you should have that put together?
Oh, no. We'll probably have that thing buttoned up no later than the end of Q1. So probably sometime around March, April at the latest.
That's good to know. Give me some sense of scale. So when I think of the Y, like how many locations do you have and how many people do you employ? How many people do you touch? Because the next question is implementation, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So what's the landscape?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Right now, we probably touch about 70,000 people between all of our members at our 7 locations, all of the kids and the programs that we have from after-school care to day camp to swim lessons, all that stuff.
Sure.
From an employment standpoint, we've probably got about 200 folks, I think, working for us, 40 of them full-time. So it's a pretty big scale, pretty big organization. So.
And how many locations do you have now?
7.
7 locations.
Yes.
So how once you get your strategic plan all buttoned up, how do you execute that across that whole network?
Yeah, that's a great question because, you know, everybody's got a plan.
Sure.
Everybody's got a game plan, but, you know, it comes down to execution, and execution comes down to players. So the great part of this strategic plan process, because I've been in about 6 of them in my career in the Y, is it's really a partnership with the staff and the board. So the leadership staff, the folks that are going to have to execute a lot of that plan, if not the vast majority of it, they're engaged.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know, some top-down thing where they're being handed, okay, we came up with a strategic plan, now you guys go deliver it.
Absolutely.
They're actually part of the process in creating the whole thing. So it's pretty cool.
So what can you give us a sneak peek? Like, what are some of the things you identify as maybe things you want to change, things you want to keep, double down on?
Yeah. I would say the biggest, I don't even want to call it a shift, but full day childcare. You know, I think I mentioned the first time I was with you, like, you know, that's a game that the YMCA here in Baton Rouge really hasn't been a part of, at least for the last 25 years. And I keep saying every time I talk about full day childcare, I don't think the Y can afford to be neutral anymore. The community need is just growing and growing and growing. Having quality full-day providers for childcare is becoming more and more of a need. So we're really getting close, I think, to pulling the trigger on entering that arena. And the cool part about that, aside from serving the community and serving kids and families that need it, is, you know, our hope is, you know, we can take it to scale. And that would be a big shift. It would certainly be the Y stepping up to address a huge need that just gets bigger. So it's a lot.
I'm a big fan of, you know, I believe that if the private sector doesn't step up to solve a problem, then the government gets involved, and the government doesn't do anything well. Right. And so I'm one of those people that like to see that and that kind of activity. Speaking of which, your Y over on the on Foster, that's the AC Lewis.
AC Lewis Y.
Yeah, so that's recently been rebuilt. Amazing facility.
Thank you.
And so, but there's a whole like residential arm to that. Can you just tell me about what's new over at Foster on the AC Lewis Y, and what is that residential stuff about?
So the residential is an apartment complex complex. It's workforce housing, so a lot like YMCA programming. A lot of people, I think, know this, but the Y, no one's ever turned away for an ability to pay. So that's with all of our programs. So the really great thing with the partnership with the apartment complex that we have over there is there's also a sliding scale for people. And there's 100 units in that apartment complex. So you got, 100 units. I don't know how many, probably maybe 200 people that are going to wind up living in there. And it's about 65% full. So the change, to answer your question, is that apartment complex is getting more and more full. We're busting at the seams at AC Lewis, which is a great problem for us to have.
Yeah.
So it's been, I think, more growth than even we hoped for, especially in the first 6 months.
So what is the, like, what type of person is it? Is it targeted at helping?
The AC Lewis Y?
Yeah, the residential arm of it. I just wondered who's living in that place, because I know it's a sliding scale thing, but like,
Yeah.
who's it for?
It's for everybody, but you got a lot of working folks in there. You got parents. You've got some seniors over there, so it's a little bit of everybody.
Right.
The great thing about living in that apartment complex, aside from it being a great facility, is, the folks that move into that apartment complex, they get a free membership to the YMCA.
Cool.
So they get to take part in swim lessons and fitness and wellness and all the cool stuff we get to offer. So it really is a good partnership. We're excited about it, and certainly we're looking forward to taking it to the next level.
Okay, so personal experience. So I obviously am a Y member. My whole family, we have the family plan over at the one with the tennis center over on Perkins and
Manchip.
Yeah, my son is big into tennis, and so he kind of started his career over at that facility.
Does he beat you at tennis?
Dude,
That's
I haven't beaten him since he was 12. He's 16 now, and I'm fine with that. I'm one of those dads who he had to earn it. Like, I gave him nothing, but when he did, it was just obvious. It's nonsense now.
Now you're getting schooled.
Dude, schooled is not even the word. He doesn't even give me time to teach me anything. But anyway, so yeah, but that's fun and all. But so I think of the Y, or I had. You've been a client for a long time. I make videos and tell stories of Y members, which I love, by the way. The stories are great.
Thank you for that.
Maybe we'll touch on that in a bit. But I see it very much as a gym, and it is a good gym. Like, the facilities are awesome. They're vast. The one I go to is great, but you've got access to all of these other Ys as well. Can you just tell me about, like, sell the Y to me as a gym? Like, because,
Sure.
I mean, we're talking, like, you've got saunas and stuff over there as well. And, so as far as, like, the gym side of what you do, could you just kind of give me the scale and scope of that? What does the Y offer as a gym?
Yeah, well, a healthy living, we got 3 pillars in the YMCA. Healthy living is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly from a fitness and wellness standpoint, keeping folks healthy, we've got great facilities. We've got great places to work out. We also have great programming in health and wellness. We have chronic disease programming, chronic disease prevention programming. So from a health and fitness standpoint, I think that's the first thing people think about when they think about the Y.
Yeah.
But we definitely have a lot to offer that, quote unquote, our other competitors don't.
Yeah.
And the big thing I think that you're going to get at the YMCA is, and I'm fond of saying this, I know I'm biased, but I'm okay with being biased.
Sure.
We're in the engagement business. I know I mentioned this last time I was here, but the Y is that place that no matter who you are, no matter where you went to school, no matter how much money you make, no matter how old you are, it's a place you can find your people.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so one of my favorite parts, pre-marriage, just a long time ago, was going to the Y at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting that workout in before the day started. And a lot of seniors do that too.
Yeah.
So I'd come out to the reception area and they'd all be having cups of coffee. And you just sit down, you meet. It's a really nice kind of melting pot. You never know who you're going to meet, but you'll meet some friends for sure. It's a community place. So yeah, it's a gym. But then we start talking about childcare, full-day childcare as well. Why is the gym interested in full-day childcare?
Well, from the other pillar, one of the other pillars we have is youth development. So you got healthy living and you got youth development. There's a lot of connective tissue there.
Yes,
so,
there are.
so certainly, starting kids early, getting engaged, having a quality experience, when they're kids. There's a lot of connective tissue with parents, with folks that are in the workforce, that are working out. So it really is a nice thing that we offer.
So I feel so blessed to do what I do, and the work in large part that we do for the Y is there are so many wonderful little human stories in the membership of the Y.
Yeah.
And so Kristen will call us up and say, hey, we had this lady and she's willing to tell us what happened. And so we come in with cameras and we filmed that experience. We made little short films, which is beautiful. So I know just the amazing stories that are there. Do any stand out to you? Like, I mean, for me, that story about, I forget the lady's name now, but her husband has a, respiratory issue, heart attack at the Y while he's having his workout in the morning.
Yeah.
And your staff are CPR trained, and so they basically keep him alive until the ambulance shows up.
Yeah.
Like, that's nutso.
Yeah.
Is there a story that stands out to you, or a story I've yet to film that we're going to film next year?
There's so many, but I think the stories that stand out the most to me, because sometimes I'll just sit in that little coffee area at AC Lewis, and if you ever want to just sit, have a cup of coffee, and watch people are going to come, they're going to sit with you, they're going to talk with you, and I love to do that. And I did have an older woman come up to me and just say thank you because the Y saved her life. She was a cancer survivor. Prognosis wasn't great. Came to the Y, not only got on a great program, met some great people. So the physical, the mental side, all that stuff, I think was really what she couldn't thank me enough for. Like, I didn't have anything to do with it. Certainly great people at the Y did. But, the Y not only changes lives, but it saves lives. So, you think about that stuff, and it's a pretty special thing to do with your career. It's a pretty special thing to do with your life, and I'm just blessed, man.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the Y. We have a couple of things here in Baton Rouge that the outsiders don't know about, but when you come here, you realize, Y kicks ass.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you. I learned last time that you're not from around here, but you've been here now for 6 months or so, and how's the transition been? And are you fully Cajun now? Have you been blessed by a local?
I don't know if I'm been fully blessed, but I'd love to be blessed by a local. But to answer your first question, man, I mean, it's been great. The people here are great. The food here is great, almost too great. I think I probably took a little too much advantage of it the first 30 or 60 days I was here. But you got great people. They work hard. They play hard. This is a great community. And it's a community, quite frankly, that deserves a great Y, which is why I wanted to come here in the first place.
Awesome.
So,
well, we're glad to have you, man. I really appreciate the time. And it's coming up on the new year. And, and it's time for people to start thinking about their health stuff. So maybe check out the Y and get a membership and go make those New Year's resolutions come true at the Y.
Absolutely. I like it. Thanks, Stuart.
Pleasure.
Thanks, man.